Hey, snack pack snacking here, putting the Nilla wafer in your pudding, if you know what I mean. Bringing you a tactical breakdown on Hollywood. Now, before we get into the tactical breakdown, I just want to say that I turned 49 years old this year. I will be 50 next year. And as a 50-year-old man, you undergo a procedure where you will go and drink some medication, and then over the next 24 hours, you will sit on the toilet as your anus attempts to prolapse itself outside your body, pushing all 50 years of fecal matter into the toilet in an eruption that makes Vesuvius look like a Chinese firecracker. I will go through this and then some pervert in a white coat will knock you out, shove a camera up your butt, take some pictures, ostensibly looking for cancer, and before you know it, those pictures are posted on a fetish website, of which I will get none of the proceeds. And that is what we call a colonoscopy. I will be starting that next year. And I will sit on the toilet as I void out 50 years of fried foods and marshmallows. And I will be comforted by the fact that the experience I am going through is better than this game. That will be my thought at the time. So, with that said, I think you all know how this is gonna go. I'm actually... So the reason I chose this game is the enemy had one... This was one of the few times that I think, in my memory, that this was a carry. There was one player on the other team that did extremely well. I'm also going to be interested, looking at the matchup. You'll see that Pringles is a level 97 bronze player, or sorry, gold player, level 97. So I'm curious to know if Pringles was the carry, because if so, they were a Smurf. That's what I'm thinking. It could be that our teamwork just fell apart. I don't know. Let's go. Now that I've talked about my colon, let's go find out how this match really went. 4, 2.
Oh, I miss my cat. I love you.
Switch it over. Hello.
Hello.
You're not gonna fuck him up.
Nurse.
We already agreed.
Had to get the throw into the Animaniacs in there on the audio. Okay, so yes, Snooch.
Dude, are you Randy Jackson from American Idol?
Okay. I had to get the person asking me if I was Randy Jackson in as well. So let's take a look at our comp. There's actually a lot of synergy in this comp, although at the time I remember thinking that our damage was on the low side. So we have Tactical coming in as Sombra and Snooch coming in as Genji. Those two can work together very well. And if they're supported by the Zarya, then they have the Zarya can help keep one of them alive while they're doing their thing. So there is a lot of, and she can also help the Reinhardt. So there's a lot of synergy there. If the Genji or the Sombra will strike at whatever's discorded, there's a good chance that our time to kill will be relatively low. In the meantime, Puzzle makes space, and I sit behind the giant man's butt, just, peeing on him. So I think the team is okay. I think the dual flankers always freak me out. But that's just because I'm kind of I like the heavy shield, slow push metas. But that's just me, and I can heal through this. So I can see a lot of synergy with the team comp. So let's see what happens in the execution.
Are you Randy Jackson?
Let me tell you, Ghostbusters, isn't it? If they ask if you're a god, you just say yes. That's right, baby. Just say yes. There's a lot of dogs.
Alright, so the deal is we tap it.
Kick some ass.
Take some names.
Yeah, should I be on Winston? No, I guess
Take some ass.
I was gonna say the same thing. They got a widow.
Okay, they have a widow. And she's out front trying to get early picks. And Tactical made short work of her. So there's a kill. We ought to push.
They're down, man.
I need healing so bad. They got a res, but they don't have another.
Okay, so it's even up. There is a ball behind us. Widow's out of position on the right.
Mercy, Discord.
Mercy's low.
Just out.
I get popped up in the air. The Widow's trying to take me down. She gets tagged. I take her down. Okay, this looks like it's all us. Then there's the res. Mercy's back down. And, okay. This is what I wanted to see. So, Pringles, the level 97 person, is playing the Widow. And the Mercy has done... Their Mercy has done an amazing job of getting that Widow back in the fight. Because they've gotten her back twice, I think, in this fight. And she's just taken down our Genji.
Widow's on the high ground. I need help.
Soldiers, so I'm trying to help with the Widow, forcing her down. We got that. Trying to keep puzzle up. Our Zarya's down. They have the man advantage. We're time to get out.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Okay, we need back out.
Yep, get down.
My ultimate is almost
I'm at 30 health. Oh. I've shattered.
This will improve your condition. I have hope.
Me too.
Okay, so we really should have won that first push. And looking through it, I'm not sure. The only thing I can see is that the... Well, let's see who got the kills. Let's look at that again. Start from about here. Okay, watching the kill feed.
Mercy's low.
Ah, I didn't see that one. So we've got a healer down. Their Doomfist is down. There went Tack. So we're even up. And then the res. Mercy's down. Krusty's down.
Widow's on the high ground. I need help.
Soldier's back. Okay. Our other tank is down. It's just me and Puzzle. Their tanks were forced out.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Okay, we need back out.
Yep, get down.
My ultimate
Okay,
I'm at 30
so
health. Oh.
I got to give the props to the enemy Mercy. That Mercy kept them in the fight. They should have lost that.
Yeah, let's start moving.
We have all of them, but they also do too.
Wow, I got put down like a 4-man.
Okay, so that was unfortunate. I was ulting to try and keep him up, but it was too late. We're pushing in. Our DPS is down. We need to pull out.
We back in.
I was trying to escape the ult. There wasn't anything I could... I mean, I could have pulled back, I guess. But
Alright, we need to regroup. I'm
We need
dead.
a regroup.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I can go in with my ult.
Should I go on a monkey or something to join a widow or?
I mean, you might as well. Now's the time for switching.
Moved over, Keto.
Regenerating your cellular strength.
Okay, so that was bad on our part. We should have warned people coming out of spawn that that widow was sniping the spawn doors.
They have a widow's wiping.
They have eyes. They can see us.
Guys, don't go in.
Alright, we got intake.
Alright, I'm almost.
Okay, so we're split.
Ready?
So that was a bad push. We were uncoordinated. Our Zarya went in ahead of the team with no backup. Puzzle has switched to Winston because he realizes that the Widow is a problem. But this push is over.
Ready?
Rosaria's down.
One.
Get the Mercy. She can't fly. She's one.
Yep.
Damn, we all died?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that widow just wiping us.
Yeah, the Widow is just absolutely owning us now. Alright, I'm trying to keep everybody up. Tracer's gone to jump the Widow. Widow's down. We use Graviton. So my thinking there was I would jump out of the way and... well, okay. I can't stand a soldier ult without cover, and we didn't have it. So I was getting out of the way. Either I was going to live through it and get lucky, or the soldier was going to waste, well, I just shouldn't say waste, but he was going to chase me, which means he wasn't killing the rest of the team. Unfortunately, the rest of the team died to other things. So while I was distraction for the soldier ult, it didn't achieve anything.
Unfortunately.
I made him waste as much of his ult as I could.
Couldn't do it.
Okay, so that's round one.
Too much.
Looking at the defense.
I don't want to play Widow.
I think we should just play safe rather than play the Widow.
I mean, playing around corners gives them a big advantage. It gives them so much free space. And we can contest it.
The problem is if you don't play around corners, you get picked. When there's a Widow like that.
Yeah, we're playing this wall right here, man.
She's left side high already. She'll have eyes through the doorway.
Behind us. I'll take care of
Get
behind
into
us.
position.
Yeah, I saw her jump up on that building so she could watch spawn.
Mercy up.
That Winston bubble is interfering with my healing. Yep, and I got burned down.
Your mortar's down.
Oh, she got me! We're all dead, dude. They weird.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
Wow, that I wasn't on point, but man,
Alright, team, I think I'm on.
all right, and that was it. So that was a really frustrating game. Looking at it, the question is, what could we have done different? I will give their Widow credit. She was, you know, actually during the game I thought, oh my god, she's so well positioned, but really she wasn't. There were times when she was on the ground, you know, trying to take pot shots out of a doorway. She wasn't always on high ground. She wasn't like up in that crow's nest, which if she could shoot from up there, we'd have never reached her, because we had trouble reaching her on that second floor of the of that whatever it is that is, that restaurant. So Puzzle tried to switch to take care of the widow. When Puzzle switched to Winston, the Zarya still has value, but I don't think she was getting much value out of it. I almost think a second dive tank might have been good, or a tank that was self-healing, like Roadhog. Even Orisa, right? Because Orisa could potentially pull the Widow out of position. And would provide a shield. So maybe, and can project that shield farther away than Reinhardt. So maybe Orisa. An attack Orisa may have been a way to go. I don't think the Genji was the right call. Early on, I think we should have switched him. Normally, Genji can take a Widow, but I don't know if it's just a bad game for this person or what, but he was getting shut down by, if not the Widow, by other things in the party. But the Widow was the main threat. Unfortunately, if we all jumped on the Widow, there were enough of the enemy flanking us that it was hard to even things up. So options. Well, you can get enough shield, so you could go like Rein Zarya and take your own Widow and try and shut her down that way. I don't like running Pharah into Widow, but and I think that probably would have been a mistake. But if you've got enough shield, McCree or Ashe potentially could have owned the Widow if they had enough shielding to hide behind. So maybe that was the way to go. Maybe we needed like a high damage character like Junkrat or Reaper working on the... Actually, McCree would have helped against the ball. So May shuts down ball real quick. So maybe we should have gone like May Ashe with Reinhardt, like Reinhardt Diva or Reinhardt Roadhog. And I didn't mind the Zen, but Zen against a Widow is sometimes painful. So even though it's not the optimal matchup, maybe we should have gone Anna and Moira, or maybe Lucio, because Lucio is very hard to hit, and Lucio could speed the tanks in. And he could threaten the Widow. So maybe Lucio Moira would have been the better way to go. I don't know. I think our comp needed work. I think our synergy with our random players wasn't there. And I think that the Mercy kept them in the game, because we would have had that point. I think there were 2 pushes where we would have had it if the enemy didn't get the res off. Anyway, I was happy to talk about my colon, and that's it for this tactical. I got another one coming that's, like I said, I'm going to do, one sad one and one happy one. So we got the sad one out of the way. Time to do the happy one. Anyway, that's all I got. You guys have a good night. Be good to each other. Snacking out.